Dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Cha cha cha. Dun 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 dun. Welcome for a very special Otter episode. I am your host, as always, the smoke-tastic Dr.Fumes. No.
The hostess with the mostest.
No. I'm Dr. Fumes here. This is...
Hey, I'm saying Sensei again.
On my right, as always, we're here to give you our weekly episode of The Otter Show. Thanks for joining us. And, I just wanna tell you guys, I'm pretty excited for wrestling. My just whole what's the word? You could edit this later. What's the word I'm looking for? My joy, excitement, my anticipation is at peak levels right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been this excited for wrestling in a long time. And it's not just AEW, but that is the main reason. But for anyone that didn't catch Raw this week,
whoa,
let me tell you. Last week, Vince McMahon, he got my hopes up a little bit. Like, it surprised me. It had its moments. But this week, something changed. And I think we all know what that change is. If you don't know this, Sane Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
It was announced recently, you probably do know this, that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are going to be taking over for Raw and SmackDown, respectively. And a lot of people feel like this last episode of Raw, Paul Heyman had a big hand in helping to produce and putting the card together matches. Because it didn't feel like a typical Raw show. It didn't start off like a typical Raw show, or a typical WWE show for that matter. The way SmackDown started off. I mean, SmackDown is getting very, just, it's becoming unwatchable. I'll tell you right now. Raw's, they're starting to pick it up, but it's not good. In that regard, it's not good. But we'll see what Eric Bischoff does more when he gets in charge, because it looks like Paul Heyman, that he put his fingertips all over Raw today.
His greasy little fingertips.
Mm-hmm. So let's say how it started off. It started off with a match. Ooh, isn't that a novel idea?
Holy moly!
Have a wrestling match to start. That's Finn Balor right there, wrestling Kenny Omega.
Oh.
But isn't that novel to start a wrestling show off with a wrestling match? Or excuse me, a sports entertainment show with a sports entertainment contest?
That makes sense.
You know? They had a match between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. And, you know, they announced it. I was like, oh, alright. Well, at least we're starting off with action right away. It was a 2 out of 3 falls, which is annoying in itself. That's WWE's new thing. Put everyone in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
I don't understand that. Was it two guys wrestling?
So it was just Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley wrestling, but WWE's doing this new thing where it's building their shows around the commercials now for some reason. So they don't have the wrestlers wrestle during the commercial breaks like they used to.
Yeah.
They don't have like the little TV on the bottom that shows the action during the commercial because
Right.
there is no action during the commercial anymore. So now they have to find excuses to stop the wrestlers from wrestling in the middle of a match. So what they've been doing is doing a 2 out of 3 falls match. So they'll get one fall, they'll cut to a commercial, wait till the commercial they come back from commercial, and then they'll start the next round.
Is that why the show's like fucking 4 hours long now?
No, this is super recent. They like literally just started doing this about a week or two ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago. But it's super recent, and they're doing it literally, I don't know, just because Vince McMahon decided that he wants to worship commercials now.
Hey man, the almighty dollar. Holla. Is that fucking Ricochet?
Yeah, it's Ricochet.
Hey man, Vince will do whatever it takes just to get the extra buck, man. Because that's why in my opinion, that's going to be their demise, the mighty dollar. That's going to be the reason they're going to
Hey, if they haven't demised yet from the Saudi Arabia deal, I don't see a demise.
It's only the second year. But we don't know. How long does this deal, you said? 10 years?
10 years.
We don't know how it's going to play out, bro. We don't know.
Cool. I hope it leads to like some just rethinking, repurposing the brand.
Or it could be possibly the end of the brand. You never know.
If WWE ends, that won't be good for wrestling as a whole,
You think
including AEW.
You don't think every empire has to fall eventually?
Eventually, but I'd rather a gradual, slow decline for WWE
That's what we're watching.
instead of just them to just go straight immediately.
I think that's what we're watching right now. I think we're watching the slow decline.
I would rather see the slow, the Roman fall.
Because for him to reach so far back in the bag, to bring Eric Bischoff back and Paul Heyman as GMs.
His two rivals at one point.
I remember they did that before, but Paul Heyman was on SmackDown.
It's almost like they're
Eric
trying to bring
was on
back
Raw.
that Attitude Era rivalry between the whole WWE, ECW. I had that match on DVD.
I remember that. Yeah. You remember you had a whole burned CD of matches of AJ Styles?
ECW, WCW, WCW, WWE rivalry. They're trying to rekindle that.
I don't know, man. I feel like these guys, either it's gonna completely change, it's not gonna be like, it's gonna like I said, Vince is gonna get out of power and to take over. It's gonna be like next, or it's just gonna stop because it could come to an end. It's not a perfect company, you know. It's not, and there's more options now. You got AEW, you got the Japanese stuff, and we just seen, you know, like I just seen a few different more agencies and different.
With some dope wrestling.
Yeah, some dope wrestling and just showmanship and acrobatics, and it's not
People trying to be new and original.
exact. It's not Vince being slam him hard, jump off the cage, or whatever. You know, jump through the ropes last minute.
Do another power bomb.
You know, it's just the wrestlers have. You can tell the wrestlers work together to create the match. Everything's perfectly choreographed. It's amazing. That's what I like to see. Not some guy just could be confused what happened and just doesn't fall the right way. And
It's people doing it because they like to do it, not just to get a paycheck.
exactly.
I'm not saying getting paid to do what you like is wrong, but I feel like there's a point where a lot of WWE wrestlers just are so fed up. That was dope. Are so fed up with the WWE brand that they're literally there just to collect a paycheck at that point.
Right.
They're not in it like a lot of these underground wrestlers who clearly are doing it because they love it, because they're not getting paid nearly as much as these WWE guys.
And who knows how much the fuck they're even getting paid, you know? And,
Right.
I don't blame the wrestlers at all. I never will. You know, we all work for our boss. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I think we kind of fucking digressed.
Yeah, we're talking about Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman's match, how 2 out of 3 falls. We kind of got off a tangent from there.
It's alright, man. It's passion, bro. It's passion. Passionate individuals.
Yeah. But just to refocus, yeah, like, it was, like, they've been doing that 2 out of 3 falls thing. It's a little weird. I'm not a huge fan of it, because they've already overused it, but that's what they're doing. But what happened at the beginning of this, fucking Braun Strowman tackled Bobby Lashley through the Jumbotron.
I seen that.
It was very flashy. A lot of sparks. Maybe too many sparks.
Yeah, now the fireworks go off. That was good. It was kind of old school. Reminiscent.
And that was like, and Corey Graves said, "Holy shit!" It was kind of funny. I chuckled. Oh shit! And they didn't censor it. And it was really unexpected, especially like most WWE shows don't start like that, just straight into the action. So, can't wait till he wrestles again. So, that match just ended there, obviously. That's all that they could talk about for a while. And then it transitioned straight into another match. No talk show. No Shane McMahon talking for 10 minutes in the ring. 10 minutes is generous. For 20 minutes in the ring. It just made me feel like a wrestling show. I was watching WWE try something different. It really felt like WWE was trying something different. That was the beginning. It got me excited. The second match was Viking Raiders. It wasn't that important. You know, I'm not gonna stand it too long.
They beat those guys, right? They have a title chance. At Extreme
Rules.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go in the matches and everything in order, but more or less, we had. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so it was a little notable. I'll say what happened in the Viking Raiders match. It was them versus the New Day, and this is another one of the other tactics they get for the commercial break. So they had them in the New Day having their match, and then Samoa Joe came out and attacked them. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but like it stopped the match.
Yeah.
And then when they came after commercial break, instead of a 2-on-2 tag team match, they changed it to a 3-on-3 tag team match with Samoa Joe and the Viking Raiders and the whole New Day.
Yeah, I seen that. That was very confusing.
The whole New Day shit.
I didn't know where it just changed like the two fall shit. That was weird. Yeah, I remember. Now I remember now because it was a match and they came back and it was a whole new match and they're still in it. It's like why are they still in it? Didn't they just wrestle? Aren't they tired? Doesn't make no sense.
That's what they're doing now.
I don't understand. The expiration dates on these wrestlers are gonna get a little faster.
And he's not talking about the end of their life, although that's also something that's gonna be like pushed closer.
I was talking about their bodies.
Yeah.
Who are these do-rag?
I don't know. I was just looking at that shit. Damn. That was strong shit. You saw the way he caught him?
Jesus.
Anyways.
We digress.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's hard to watch. They had a match with Cesaro and No Way Jose. Cesaro won. It wasn't like I thought they were gonna push No Way Jose, but they didn't. Maybe it's just me because he's Hispanic. I'm Hispanic. I just want him to do something. Drake Maverick, and they had another 24/7 title segment, and R-Truth was hiding. Obviously, he was running away from the 24/7 title crew, as he always does, and he hid from them. They like ran past him, and so Drake Maverick was behind there. I'm freaking sure, man. So Drake Maverick was behind there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna attack you. I'm just trying to have a good honeymoon, man. I'm just trying to go on a honeymoon with my wife." And so then R-Truth went to walk away, and he picked up his briefcase and smacked him over the back of the head with it. And he goes, I need a ref right now. So, mind you, they're in the backstage, in the middle of, like, nowhere. So he gets on top of the dude. And, as soon as he does, this ref comes sliding in out of nowhere. He slid in, too. It was pretty dope. Like, the way he slid in there, and he counted to 3. Drake Maverick's new 24/7 champion. And I'm pretty sure he's still a 24/7 champion on SmackDown.
Yeah, he is. I remember seeing it. I like their little thingy they got going on with those two. It's funny. It's quite entertaining.
They had the Street Profits come out after a Paul Heyman segment. The Street Profits are the NXT Tag Team Champions. They were just there. So, hey, what's going on, guys? What else happened? Yeah, they had another match like this too, where they had Carmella wrestle against Alexa Bliss, and then Carmella beat Alexa Bliss, and then they had Carmella go against Nikki Cross right after the commercial break.
It's like American Idol now.
Yeah.
We'll be back after the commercial break.
And then Nikki Cross beat Carmella. That was one of the things Bayley said. Like, Alexa Bliss didn't beat Carmella, you did. Carmella didn't beat me, you did. Undertaker had a promo. I would wait till the end to talk about it, but it really didn't seem that important. It was kind of weird, and more or less he said that he can't retire because he needs more souls to retire.
Yeah, you know.
He hasn't collected enough souls to retire yet.
That is a requirement for retirement.
Yep, hey, that rhymed.
Don't ask me how.
Oh, man. So, yeah. So, he's just a few souls short of retirement, you guys. Maybe Brock Lesnar's. Maybe Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon's. I guess we'll wait and see.
We shall wait.
So then, the bigger stuff that happened this night, you guys.
Drop it on them, Fumes.
Oh, Lacey Evans defeated Natalya and The Miz defeated Elias. None of that mattered. So, there's two big things that happened on Raw this night. And the first one was not in chronological order. Is that a chick?
That is a chick. And she thick.
Damn. Holy shit.
Good for her.
Right.
I think it's wrestling.
So, yeah. So, right, for real though. That dude was huge. So, that's Kenny Omega right there. That shit looked like it hurt, man. So, AJ Styles had another match with Ricochet. That was the main event again. 2 weeks in a row. I wasn't happy with that, but, I mean, I don't want to be too mad because it is AJ Styles and Ricochet.
Yeah, that's just, entertainment.
I can't be, yeah.
That's what we want in wrestling. Two acrobatic, skilled professional wrestlers that complement each other.
For real.
And we're going to see Giant Man versus Small Man so many times.
Oops.
Or Giant Man versus Giant Man so many times.
Or Giant Man versus Gianter Man.
There's always a
bigger man.
Yeah.
So the dude, the AJ Styles' old partners, the Good Brothers. Jeez,
That was hilarious.
the Good Brothers. There's a hurricane back there. Shit.
God. Is that what his butt says? Oh, okay, let's say. That's funny.
They were making fun of the AJ Styles because AJ Styles like, you guys still haven't done anything since the last time I told you guys you haven't done anything. And they were like, well, all you've done is beat Ricochet. Mind you, Ricochet is the United States champion, so it's not really a good diss. But that's what they came with.
You go, Riders. You go, Riders, go. He's
Just dropped him over the backside. And that's what that's what came back with. So AJ Styles that offended him. That was Drake Maverick. That was Drake Maverick.
That big dude just did a handspring off the floor.
Did he?
Yeah.
Shit, man, that makes me mad.
He's also tall though, so it probably works for his advantage.
So they goaded him on and were more or less like, yeah, well, AJ Styles was like, well, I'll beat him again tonight. Just you wait and see. Turns out he didn't beat him. He lost against Ricochet. Ooh, damn, that is not okay.
We should probably turn this off. We can keep getting distracted.
Yeah. So AJ Styles didn't win. He lost. Ricochet beat him. And then the Good Brothers came out to kind of make fun of AJ Styles a little bit more. AJ Styles was like, no, calm down, you guys. No, you don't need to be here. And Ricochet was like, you sent him out here. And like, I know what this is. Like, I know what this is. And he was right. AJ Styles attacked him, and all three of them came in the ring and proceeded to just lay into Ricochet.
Surprise!
Kick the crap out of him.
Surprise!
It was very reminiscent, and then they did the Wolfpack sign in the middle of the ring.
Oh, wow.
It was very reminiscent of the last time AJ Styles turned into a bad guy. It was against John Cena. It's set exactly.
Same team, right?
It was exactly the same. They even the way the pose on top of him and everything. It was the exact same match and everything.
Vince may have, memory loss, but we don't. We remember. Guys are a great idea. John Cena. Champion. Wow, Vince, great idea, Vince. Wow, so original, Vince. You're a genius. John Cena, 16-time champion. But
That shit was crazy.
we digress. I
So-
love John Cena, by the way.
That was the main event. That's how the night ended. But that's not how I'm ending this episode, this discussion on Raw. Because, I don't know if you saw this on Instagram, but probably the most notable thing that happened on Raw, that was awful, that kind of fucked up, was, oh man, why is that glass on fire?
Why is that glass on fire? No words should ever be spoken like that. Why is that glass on fire? For people that don't know, we're watching a wrestling compilation.
Just crazy shit. Probably not the best thing to watch while we're trying to pay attention to our podcast.
But, yeah, he was slammed through glass that was lit on fire.
Just because.
Just because.
You've seen glass on fire before, right? It happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah. That's what candles are.
So. Oos.
Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It happened again. Johnston, you've seen this before. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So, Mike and Maria Kanellis came out, and there was some backstory before this with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins just being like lovey-dovey and like a good couple.
Yummy.
And that like an obnoxious couple, that couple that you don't want to see or ever meet or anything.
It's like that couple that overly loves, that doesn't argue.
Yeah.
Alright, here it goes. We get it. We get it. You guys are perfect.
Mike and Maria Kanellis came out. They were actually a married couple in real life. And a little backstory, like I said, they just signed a 5-year contract at the WWE. And after they did that, reportedly, they told Vince McMahon that she was pregnant.
Maria?
Maria was pregnant in real life.
Maria?
Maria Kanellis, yeah, Maria.
Is she still the we did see clumsy, stupid girl, remember?
No, she is not. So I guess Vince McMahon didn't like that. I feel like that was a breach of trust and confidence that they lied to him. I guess he wouldn't have signed them if he knew they were pregnant.
She was pregnant. She announced she was pregnant on Alive.
She did on the show on Raw, on Raw, but she told them they used that as part of the angle.
Oh.
So supposedly this whole segment was a little bit of punishment on Vince McMahon's part, or maybe it was just Paul Heyman being typical Paul Heyman, just a complete asshole. But Vince McMahon is too. But anyways, so this is what happened. It ended with Mike Kanellis losing to Seth Rollins. I think it was like a mixed tag match or whatever. And at the end of the match, Marie Kanellis, I don't even think they had a match. She grabbed the microphone while he was on the ground and just proceeded to demasculate and berate this man.
Her husband?
Yeah, worse than I've ever heard anyone. No man should ever be talked like this.
Do we have quotes?
Real or fake? We have the whole segment.
Can we? I'm gonna pause this and we're gonna read some back.
Like the stuff that was coming out of her mouth, man. Like you just shouldn't say this to your husband, even if it's fake. You shouldn't say it to your wife either. You just shouldn't say it to a loved one. And I feel like this was like punishment. Like, just...
And we're back, folks. Thank you for that brief pause.
Yes. We're back from our hold.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Vince is an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
It was just not right.
Holy shit.
You saw that guy?
Holy shit. Vince is a fucking asshole. It's just... Yeah. If you guys got a time, just to go on YouTube and check that video out. Holy shit.
It's just not nice. Like...
Want a beer?
Yeah, thank you. Like, they didn't deserve that. Like, they work hard for their money. I still got a little bit in here. They work hard for their money, just like all the other wrestlers. That was not... I mean, Mike Kanellis has been with WWE for a long time. And they've been doing all of WWE's dirty work to re-sign with them, show their loyalty just to go on like that, just to be played like that, man. Yeah, so that I think was the biggest. See, that was only cool because Rey Mysterio made it look cool.
I didn't even know what happened.
That was RKO.
I didn't
know it.
I didn't even see it. Alright, what are we doing? SmackDown now?
Yeah, just to finish up Raw though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I thought it was messed up. It wasn't entertaining. It was like hard to watch. It was like cringy.
It was very cringy because one, Maria tried to sell the hell out of it. She put her screaming, stomping, moving around. She was like, I remember when she first came, she was ditzy and stupid and loved John Cena and all that.
That's why I'm happy you asked me about the husband. She still ditzy. Like, nope. Not anymore.
She tried to sell the hell out of that shit. He didn't do anything. Oh, he just looked surprised. It's sad, man. I think it's the theory you said. He found out. He was pissed. He was like, all right, you guys want to be pregnant? Be pregnant on TV.
Yeah.
And you're going to demasculate him in front of the world.
The entire planet. The entire WWE.
And then you have to go out shopping like, oh, that's that couple where she hates her husband.
Yeah. That's the thing about wrestling.
Well,
so, yeah. That's... Oh.
This is a waste of time. I'm going to spin you guys both in a circle. Right, we got turn this shit off. If you get just, I can edit out us talking about nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of empty space here.
Let's pause it. Alright.
Okay. So that was Raw for you in a nutshell. Overall, I thought it was a really entertaining episode. That Mike Maria Kanellis, Becky, Seth Rollins segment was pretty hard to watch. Made it all the more worse because Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were acting so insufferable.
Yeah, why did they beat the fuck out of him for? She already just got verbally assaulted, then they just drag him in the ring and beat him up more?
Becky Lynch, too.
It's not like he was a bad dude. He was like, how are you pregnant? She's like, you said what? And he threw him over the fucking top.
That's not funny.
What did you say? You know?
That was that.
Oh,
so, moving on to SmackDown.
Moving on to SmackDown.
SmackDown's third, how WWE starts all their shows. With people talking in the middle of the ring. This one, was the Kevin Owens show.
Cool. Everyone gets a show.
And can you guess? I'll give you one guess. Who his special guest was?
By the tone of your voice, I'm just gonna say it's the person you hate the most. Shane McMahon.
What's Shane McMahon?
Oh wow.
What's Shane McMahon?
Quinky.
I don't hate him. I'm just tired of seeing him.
It has been recorded that you said he said, I hate him. I think that's the same exact tone.
I don't know him enough to hate him. I might have just been
Why is he even on TV?
I might have just been very impassioned in that moment with a lot of anger pent up inside of me. But SmackDown started off with a talk show. Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, special guest. And Kevin Owens had a list cards prepared, kind of like how Miz did, and that he had to read them out. But even though they keep making Miz look like a vagina, and he actually read them out, and then got his ass kicked still afterwards.
Vagina.
Kevin Owens did none of those things. So Kevin Owens was reading the cards and he was reading them really bad, he didn't want to do it. I think they're trying to make Kevin Owens seem like a good guy again, even though he was just a bad guy. They have no sense of good guy, bad guys anymore. No face heel shit. So he was doing his thing. Reading the cards bad. But he was asking the questions at first, then he started not asking the questions.
Right.
And Shane McMahon was getting upset. He's like, "Why don't you just read the cards like you were told or whatever?"
Has he always been a dumb character, or
Kevin Owens never been a dumb character. He's just
illiterate?
Huh?
Is he illiterate?
No, he's not illiterate. He's just a asshole. He has temper tantrums.
This is Bobby Hill.
He's not dumb though.
Bobby ain't dumb. No, he's a kid. He's 12. Let him grow up to be a professional wrestler.
There's not too smart kids out there.
God damn it, Bobby.
God dang it. And then, so then Dolph Ziggler came out for some reason.
Of course.
And he was about to start talking, and then Kevin Owens interrupted him. This show was pretty funny. He was like, no, I don't want to hear you go on about how it should have been you, should have been you. You had your chance and you blew it.
You blew
Get
it.
back in line. He said something like that. It was
You
pretty
blew
funny.
it. That's awesome.
So then they set up the match. It was, I think it was Drew McIntyre and I don't think it was Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. No, I'm sorry. It was Heavy Machinery versus Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler in a tag team match the other night. They had to put their differences behind and work together. That was the whole thing.
Well, you know, that happens. You know.
Let's just say they didn't at the end of the night.
And you're going to be a tag team. And you're going to go against tag team champions.
Because Shane McMahon can do whatever he wants because he's the owner.
That's, yeah.
Owner's
We've
son.
seen it before. They showed us this. We're seeing it again. My friend.
But you know what? Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan, or Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, they're two good wrestlers. So I was excited to see how the match went. You know, I was looking for. At least it wasn't Shane McMahon wrestling.
You tolerate a lot of shit as a WWE fan.
You have to. You have to. But now with AEW, you don't have to.
No. But, you know, we digress.
Digress from that point. So, their match that night, it was pretty good between Heavy Machinery and them. They had a couple promos throughout the night before that, just setting up for the match. Like with Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens, like, no, we have to work on the same page, and they pretty much didn't agree. Either way. Then they had a promo with Heavy Machinery, and they're on the same page. They're a tag team. We're gonna kick their ass. Like, you serious? Look at us. We're like 700 pounds. We're gonna kick their ass. They're legit like 700 pounds too.
With a combined weight of 700 pounds.
I think they're like, I think they're like probably 630.
The Big Show admitted in an interview he was never the weight that they said he was.
Never 500 pounds.
No.
I think there's only one wrestler that was ever 500 pounds.
He died.
Yes. Maybe two.
Rest in peace.
No, Viscera, right? Big V?
Big V. Rest in peace, man. The Love Machine. He's getting all, remember that? He's getting all the ladies and shit. I was like, shit, go ahead, baby.
Big Vis.
Yeah. Teeth scared the
Rest
shit
in
out of me.
peace.
Yeah.
So the match, yeah, his teeth were pretty scary. The match ended up, I guess, being pretty good, but obviously Heavy Machinery won because Dolph Ziggler accidentally kicked Kevin Owens in the face. Kevin Owens got mad, gave Dolph Ziggler a stunner, and was like, no, this is my show, I'm the show stealer, you had your chance. And that's how it ended. It was alright. Some other stuff they had a match between Daniel Bryan and Big E. Little singles match. Daniel Bryan's the tag team champion right now.
I've seen the clips of this. But Daniel Bryan won no parts of Big E.
Huh? He didn't, but he actually ended up winning that match.
He reminded me of you.
What?
I was like, that's how Fumes would be.
I'd win, man.
Please don't rub your syrup all over yourself.
I'd win, though.
You think so?
No, not against Big E. I'd run away. Daniel Bryan won. Daniel Bryan won.
He's like this. He was like, no!
Oh, God!
It's tapping on the mat.
It was a good match.
hold.
It was a good match, though. The Kofi Kingston, that was something else later on. The Big E Daniel Bryan match. It was a good match that Daniel Bryan won, which rightfully he should have won because he's a champion.
And it's, I always believe in, the acrobatic powerhouses. Sometimes they're good, but they got a little stamina.
Daniel Bryan's an acrobatic wrestler. He's more of a grappler submission type wrestler.
But yeah, you're right. My fault. But I was trying to make the point of his more steam in his engine.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to.
Those big guys, they fucking burn out quick.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to outlast them.
He does some of his power moves though that he does use, like against smaller guys, are pretty cool. Like he has like a tiger driver kind of arm lock.
Yo, they could throw those little motherfuckers around like nothing. If they really wanted to.
They really wanted to.
That's why it looks so cool. Just like
doing the flips and shit.
Like 100 pounds, whatever.
That's like, yeah. Like, realistically, they should have the big guys beating the smaller guys most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really dope smaller guy like AJ Styles or Ricochet.
Well, he's not that small. I wouldn't really consider him that.
Who? AJ Styles?
He's like right in the middle.
Ricochet?
Ricochet's small.
Yeah. AJ Styles isn't that small now. He's getting older and fatter.
He's like, Chris Jericho is like a tree stump. He's slowly making his way to like a tree stump. Too.
Yeah.
But we digress.
Yeah. I mean, I'm nothing against AJ Styles, man. This is my favorite wrestler of all time.
We love Chris Jericho also.
Yeah,
He's
Chris Jericho
one of the greatest of all time.
Chris Jericho, both of those guys are goats. Anyways, though, yeah. So they had that match. They had the... what match was it? I think it was that match right after. But then right after the Daniel Bryan Big E match, you remember how the show started, right?
Yep.
Like the talk show?
Yes.
Right after the Daniel Bryan Big E match, they had another talk show.
Is this for a different demographic, or
This was A Moment of Bliss with Nikki Cross as the host. For whatever reason, Alexa Bliss didn't come out. She asked Nikki Cross to host it for her. And the special guest was Carmella. Bailey. Bailey more or less told her what I said earlier, like, it should be you against me and not Alexa Bliss at Extreme Rules. Nikki Cross had nothing to say about that, but she could tell she was really mad. So she ran to the ring, and she's like, fight me right here, right now. And she did. Bailey won. The storyline, I didn't like the starting, but I mean, they're definitely at least keeping it consistent. Betrayal.
Alexa Bliss is going to betrayal
Yeah.
Nikki Cross?
It's covered.
Because she's jealous. She's a better wrestler. You know.
Andrade Apollo Crews had a match.
Triple H and Randy Orton.
Andrade won. It was pretty good. I don't want to spend too long time on it. So, Aleister Black keeps having these promos where he keeps waiting for someone to challenge him, and I think I've explained how dumb I think this whole promo thing is so far.
It has been documented.
But someone knocked on the door last week, so this week he thought he was going to have a challenge. You know what this promo is about?
No.
Whoever knocked on the door ran away, because when he opened the door there was no one there, and this promo was about how mad he was that no one was at the door.
So he's looking for somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was like someone played Ding Dong Doorbell Ditch on him.
Oh, God.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
They had a no-holds-barred match between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. No, they promoted it at Extreme Rules. I don't really care. They had an R-Truth segment that he wants the title back. It was alright. So the big two things that happened this night. There were two promos, surprisingly enough. They weren't matches. Kofi Kingston had his promo with Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe was more or less like, he's like, if you shake my hand right here at the ring, I know you won't do it, but if you do, then I promise to leave your family alone. Because, like I've said before, Samoa Joe is a family predator.
F-Peace.
And, Kofi Kingston flipped him off. He gave him the middle finger. And they didn't censor it. They showed that shit. And, so then Samoa Joe went to attack him, and Kofi Kingston ducked under and did the Trouble in Paradise. And he looked like a badass walking out of there. And yeah, that happened. Yeah, they made Samoa Joe kind of look like a pansy. So I kind of think Kofi Kingston's gonna win this, no problem.
I hope he keeps the belt for a little while.
And then this was like one of the last things that happened, and it was so bizarre. You gotta check this out, because I won't do justice describing it. Shelton Benjamin had a promo, finally. For the first time I've seen him on camera in weeks. And the commentator asked her, who does he think is going to be WWE Champion after Extreme Rules? And he didn't really smile at first. He didn't say anything, first of all. But his face started slowly like twitching and deforming and moving randomly in random places. Like it was like I've seen Men in Black 2, the little robot, that little alien that controls the humans inside their head, the robots.
Yeah, it's like pulling pieces.
It looks like it was glitching out, like he was trying to fix it, and he was like his face was doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything. He just looked off into the distance, like the cover of Tyler the Creator.
Mhm.
And that was it. That was the end of the promo.
Hmm.
A lot of people online think he was thinking about Brock Lesnar, because I guess him and Brock Lesnar are boys, because I guess they wrestled together on the amateur circuit in college.
I think they're just trying to mask his bad acting. So
You gotta check it out.
To give him a role where he can't talk.
You gotta check it out. It's pretty funny. Like it's funny as shit, dude. You just gotta check it out.
Peep it.
But that was Raw and SmackDown in a nutshell. I'm gonna wrap this podcast up. AEW, I did their review. If you haven't heard it, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's up on the Munch Munch Alliance page. What else wrestling-wise going on? They got their next pay-per-view coming out in about 2 weeks. Extreme Rules coming out soon. I'll have reviews of both of those, obviously. Shoot, what else? I think that's about it. So, with that, as always, I'm your host, Dr. Fumes. With me on my side,
On the boards is saying sensei, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, smoopy-doop-doop, poopity-scoop-scoop.
Yep, scoop that poop, put in the trash. Maybe put in some compost. And, save the planet.
That's right.
Let Daniel Bryan, he's a good example. He shouldn't be a heel. He should be a good guy.
That's the moral of the episode.
So, good night, everybody. Have a good night. Good day, good morning, good evening. Just take care of yourselves and your loved ones.